How do you also like into, because I know you have obviously, you have a kid also, you also have a husband. How do you balance that? Because, a lot of us, especially who are CEOs and founders, the thing that we struggle with the most is the time. Time has always been a problem of like, how do I balance the kid and the wife or the husband how do I balance that with the work? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, man, I'm not going to say I'm good at it. So I'll say, I'll say what I try to do.
Yeah.
I do think that my husband and I say a lot, like we wish that we had done this at 25 before kids kind of thing, just because it would be so much easier. But then also like, I wouldn't have this. Our businesses literally have our daughter's name on it.
Yeah.
And I never would have left my corporate job without having her. So, it's like a double-sided coin, right? As far as balancing, I feel like it helps and hurts that I work with my husband. Like it's really hard because we have to be in such a tough work environment and we're running so many businesses, probably too many, but we're kind of both serial entrepreneurs. And we keep providing what our clients are asking us for. That's how we keep doing different businesses. But just making time for each other outside of the business, talk about something other than work is important. And then we kind of divide and conquer. So he does probably more of the business side of things more consistently. And I do more of the, home things more consistently. Yeah. But again, I don't think I'm great at it. I think that it's still a work in progress. And I think balance for anybody is hard.
Yeah.
I think is the biggest tip that I would say is understanding that someone else's balance isn't yours. So everyone's view of balance is different, and just finding what works for you and what's comfortable for you and not letting anyone else tell you whether it's right or wrong is really important. Yeah. So, I have key things that I want to make sure. My husband and I each pick up our daughter from school one day a week. That's kind of like our day afternoon that we take with her. And then other people help us out throughout the week so that we can be in our businesses. Yeah. And that feels good for us. And so just finding those little things that make it feel good for you and like you're getting what you need out of everything, I think is really important.
Yeah. I was actually just going to ask you, which I think you kind of answered, was how do you what advice would you give to other people? Like I said, there are other coaches or other founders that like maybe have the same problem of like they've, I've ran into people who are like, oh, I have 3 kids and I'm trying to run a business. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like a single mom. I'm like, that's even crazier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how single moms do it, but they just kind of do it. But like, especially because you have a husband and you have a kid, it's like, I can see like how you juggle everything. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And God bless anyone that does it without help, because we do have a lot of help. We have good friends and good family, and we have a good team as well. So, we're able to, hand off some things that need to be handed off and just try and create that balance. But I don't think if anyone else looked at most entrepreneurs' life, would call it balanced.
Right.
So like I said, I think that you have to find what balance means to you and make those things work and go from there. Because if you let other people tell you what balance looks like, it's going to be a real struggle.
Yeah. It's very interesting because that's when people want the freedom to actually do what they love to do. And I think also too, it's like this is not for you. It's not work. It's actually something fun that you can do and that you really appreciate because it's something you like to do.
Yeah. Like most Saturdays I go into the kitchen and I cook with my chef, and I don't have to, but I like it. I enjoy it. And I think that this isn't a job to me. I think that the people that we've been able to help and the changes that we've made and the impact we've made is big. And my hope is that, like I said, this app, expands that exponentially and makes a real difference in people's lives as far as bringing them easy, fun ways to improve their health.
Yeah.